Picture this, a country with over 1 billion people, a rapidly growing economy, and a global influence that's growing by the day. Sounds like China, right? But what if we told you this could also be a description of India in the near future? Today, we're asking the big question: can India become the next China? We'll delve into the reasons for and against this potential shift, exploring everything from population dynamics to economic growth, infrastructure to geopolitical issues. So, let's dive into this fascinating topic. Firstly, let's examine India's population. You see, India boasts a population north of 1 billion, and this in itself is a tremendous asset, much like China's. This massive population means a large labor force, a force that, if harnessed effectively, can fuel robust industrial growth. Imagine 1 billion hands working tirelessly, crafting, creating, and pushing the wheels of industry. That's not just a workforce, it's an army of makers. It's an army that can build, innovate, and transform. India, like China, is a country teeming with potential, brimming with human resources. And this isn't just about numbers, it's about potential. It's about the power of people. It's about the ability to turn a population into a powerhouse. And so India, with its colossal population, stands at the cusp of a new era of industrial growth. Just like China, India has the manpower to make big things happen. Next, let's talk about India's economic growth. India has been experiencing a rapid economic expansion over the past few decades. This surge is reminiscent of China's economic boom, which transformed the country into a global powerhouse. India's economy has been growing at an impressive pace, with a consistent increase in its gross domestic product. Just like China, India has managed to lift millions out of poverty through its economic development. The service sector in particular has seen significant growth, contributing the most to India's economy. Furthermore, India's young and dynamic workforce plays a crucial role in fueling this growth. The country is set to have the world's largest working-age population in the next decade, a demographic dividend that could potentially lead to an economic boom. A key driver of India's economic growth is also its focus on technological innovation and digitalization, paralleling China's tech-driven economic rise. Clearly, India's economy is on an upward trajectory, much like China's was. Now let's look at infrastructure development, the tech boom, and government initiatives in India. As we all know, these three elements, infrastructure, technology, and government support, were pivotal in China's rise as a global powerhouse. So, how does India compare? Let's start with infrastructure. Infrastructure is the backbone of any thriving economy. In recent years, India has embarked on massive infrastructure development projects, much like China did in the early 90s. From high-speed rail networks to modern ports, from expansive roadways to state-of-the-art airports, India is fast building an infrastructure network that could potentially rival China's in the future. Next, we take a look at the tech boom. India is home to a thriving technology industry. It's a global leader in IT services, and its startup ecosystem is buzzing with innovation, just as China's was during its tech boom. With an increasing number of unicorns, startups valued at over $1 billion, emerging from cities like Bangalore and Hyderabad, India's tech industry is on an upward trajectory. Lastly, let's not forget the role of government initiatives. The Indian government has been proactive in creating an environment conducive to economic growth. Initiatives like Make in India and Digital India have been instrumental in attracting foreign investments and fostering innovation. These are reminiscent of the government-led initiatives that were key to China's economic transformation. However, it's important to note that while these similarities exist, the journey for India is not without its unique challenges. India's diverse culture, democratic political system, and socioeconomic disparities mean that its path to growth might not mirror China's exactly. In conclusion, with robust infrastructure development, a booming tech industry, and supportive government initiatives, India has the potential to follow in China's footsteps. But the question remains, will it? With these factors in play, it's clear why some might believe India could be the next China. However, not everything is rosy. Let's discuss some of the challenges India faces. Despite the significant strides, India is grappling with a plethora of socioeconomic issues. Poverty remains a stark reality for many, with millions still living below the poverty line. This is coupled with a high degree of inequality, where a small fraction of the population controls a significant proportion of the nation's wealth. Corruption, too, is a persistent problem that hampers development and hinders economic growth. It's a roadblock to the efficient functioning of the public sector and a deterrent to foreign investment. Adding to the list of challenges is the inadequacy of public health care. The country's healthcare system is stretched thin, with a shortage of medical personnel and facilities, especially in rural areas. Inequality, poverty, corruption, and inadequate public healthcare. These are not small hurdles to overcome. These challenges pose significant roadblocks to India's path to becoming the next China. Another major difference between India and China lies in their political systems. India, the world's largest democracy, prides itself on its multitude of voices and opinions. This democratic environment cultivates a culture of debate, discussion, and negotiation. However, this same strength can become a bottleneck when it comes to making swift decisions or implementing sweeping reforms. On the other hand, China's authoritarian regime, under a single-party rule, allows for quick decision-making and rapid implementation. This system, while criticized for its lack of individual freedoms, has undeniably facilitated China's meteoric rise on the global stage. This contrast becomes especially significant when we consider the large-scale, top-down initiatives that have propelled China's growth. In India, such extensive plans may face opposition, delays, or modifications due to the democratic process. In essence, while democracy fosters innovation and inclusivity, it may also slow the pace of change. The political landscape in India could be a hurdle in its quest to emulate China's success. Finally, let's talk about infrastructure, education, and geopolitics. These three elements, inextricably linked, could either catapult India into the future or hold it back from reaching its full potential. First, let's consider infrastructure. While India has made great strides in recent years, its infrastructure still lags behind that of China. From roads and railways to ports and power, the infrastructure gap is a significant hindrance to India's aspirations of becoming the next China. It's not just about building more, it's about building smarter, maintaining what's already there, and ensuring that every citizen has access to these fundamental services. Next, we move on to education. Education is key to any nation's progress, and India faces a unique set of challenges in this area. Despite having one of the largest education systems in the world, millions of Indian children still remain out of school. Quality is another issue. While India produces a high number of graduates, many struggle to find employment due to a skills mismatch. Bridging the gap between education and employability is a complex task that will require innovative solutions. Finally, there's the geopolitical landscape. India's location and relationships with its neighbors present a set of challenges that are quite different from those faced by China. Tensions with neighboring countries can create instability and uncertainty, which are not conducive to economic growth and development. Moreover, India's democratic political system, while a strength in many ways, can sometimes lead to policy paralysis and slow decision-making, especially in matters of foreign policy. So while India certainly has the potential to become an economic powerhouse, these challenges, infrastructure, education, and geopolitics, are significant. They demand attention, innovative solutions, and a commitment to long-term sustainable development. It's a tall order, and it will require a concerted effort from all sectors of society. These are significant hurdles for India to overcome. So, can India become the next China? As we have traversed through this insightful journey, we have seen both sides of the coin. On the one hand, the factors that could propel India into becoming the next global powerhouse, much like China, are numerous. The country's burgeoning population, a potential goldmine of human resources, coupled with impressive economic growth, are certainly noteworthy. Then there's the tech boom and various government initiatives, all aimed at catapulting India onto the world stage, echoing the infrastructure and technological advancements that have defined China's rise. On the other hand, we've also explored the challenges that may hinder this potential trajectory. The socioeconomic issues that permeate the country, such as poverty and inequality, could impede progress. Political differences, too, could create potential roadblocks. And let's not forget the infrastructure gap, educational challenges, and geopolitical issues that India must grapple with. These are all substantial hurdles that could slow down the pace of development. In essence, the picture is complex, and the question of whether India can replicate China's success is not easily answered. It's a tapestry woven from numerous threads, each representing different aspects of a nation's journey towards development. Whether India will indeed become the next China remains to be seen. But one thing is clear, India is a country with immense potential and its own unique path to follow. The journey ahead may be fraught with challenges, but it is also filled with opportunities, and that, in itself, is an exciting prospect. thank you for watching our video. We hope you found it informative and insightful. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, please give it a thumbs up. Your support allows us to continue creating content that explores complex topics in an engaging way. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos. By subscribing, you'll be joining a community of individuals who value deep, thought-provoking discussions. And if you want to be the first to know when we drop new videos, hit the notification bell. This way, you'll never miss out on our latest content. We're grateful for your support, and we look forward to continuing this journey with you. See you in the next video.